So long, princess.
Let's go. Kathleen Kennedy is out at Lucasfilm. Does this change anything? And there are links to a lot of news stories. I think some of these might be memes. Please, free for all now. What are your thoughts on this? Does it change anything?
First of all, I told you
years
ago that this was going to happen, and
I'll believe it when I see it. When I see that bitch walk out of Lucasfilm holding her box of shit, then I'll believe it. Until then, it's still a rumor. I don't believe it until it happens.
Well, the Babylon Bee says Kathleen Kennedy sad to leave Lucasfilm before she got the chance to make a trilogy about Rey's first period.
There's a deadline exit. She's ending. She's leaving.
Is that I mean, okay.
It's on the Lucasfilm website. They talk about it on the Lucasfilm website. Yeah. It's official.
But what are your guys' thoughts? And the thing is,
dude, we've been here too many times, man. I'll believe it when I see her walking out that door.
Well, I believe she is gone. I mean, it was in the trades, it's in Variety, it's real.
Yeah.
What does this do to the franchise? Does Star Wars have a chance to come back with fans?
No, and it's going to get way worse, actually.
Yeah, it could get worse. Yeah, really. Yeah, the only way you fix this,
unrestrained.
You got to get rid of everything they've done before. You have to acknowledge that you have destroyed the franchise by at least getting rid of the sequel trilogy, if not everything. You got to send some of this stuff to Legends. All right. You got to start making some of this garbage that they've been making with Disney Star Wars Legends and get rid of it. And get it out of the
We are going to get so much Ahsoka. You have no idea.
Yes, we are absolutely going to.
That's all. We are going to get nothing but Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see.
This is.
I think it's going to be very telling. What is the first thing Dave Filoni greenlights? That's going to really tell
Ahsoka
us
season 3.
Wants to go. It's going to be Ahsoka season 3.
His Thrawn movie, where instead of Luke being the star, it's going to be Ahsoka. So this is another James Gunn situation where the guy that is now supposed to be in charge of building the world and fealty to the story and characters is now also the guy greenlighting his own shit and is going to get to do whatever he wants. He's got no one controlling him now. Yeah, get ready for the era of Ahsoka and Filoni.
But look, and even this thing, you can't say that the mainstream didn't know about it. South Park did an episode that spawned the line, put a chick in it, make her lame and gay. Like it's almost like I feel like this on the whole, like we get ratings, right? Violence, sex. I really think the rating system should, if there's gay content, I don't want my kids consuming gay content. Put that there's gay content. Have all the gay content you want. Just tell me if it's in a show I'm about to watch. But this is can't believe this photo was leaked. It's if Star Wars ever makes a comeback, look at this. So you guys can see here. It looks like everybody's happy except for her.
Dante, go to Deadline and watch her exit interview, or watch the video I made about it where she talks about it all. Yeah, she's leaving, but the most telling thing was the only thing she really copped to that was like a regret was the Solo movie where she admitted that you can't replace Han Solo. When they talked about the lows, she just said, there's just a very, very vocal group of fans with loudspeakers. And I stress it's a very small minority. And these are fans that just, they wanted us to keep doing the same thing. And if you're not going to do that, then you just can't please everyone.
Yeah. And how'd that work out?
Yeah.
Right. So that small group is responsible for them losing billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's a small group that was able to pretty much just walk away from Star Wars and leave it without any profits anymore. Like, yeah, it's a very small group.
Yeah, the small vocal group are the people that liked Acolyte that they spent $300 million.
One of the things she was stated as saying was that about Rian Johnson's trilogy is that he got spooked. Except when I looked at Rian Johnson's official Twitter, he says, "Lol, zero spooked. Sorry."
Well, who spooked him? That small vocal group.
That small vocal group, yeah, with big megaphones. They spooked him.
But also, it's like she's trying to make him sound like a bitch, right? I mean, look, I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying like she put it out there. So bravo to him for speaking up and being like, "Nah, bro, that wasn't the case. I just made a shitty movie."
you know how James Mangold's supposed to have a movie? Because they asked her about all these people. Where's Taika's movies? Where's everyone? James is like, oh yeah, he turned it into a script and it was great, but it was so new and different that it's on hold. She basically put everything on Filoni. It was like, it's up to Filoni now to greenlight these movies.
Well, I think at this point, I think the thing that really was a huge creative decision intentionally not to reunite Han, Luke, and Leia for one last adventure with the older cast. In fact, I argue they could have made 3 movies with an older cast. Maybe Han Solo goes out at the end in a blaze of glory, in an act of self-sacrifice as a hero, or maybe he just hyperspaces off into the star sunset or whatever. But
or why couldn't him and Leia have been together as a couple, you know, like the way the movie ended, and they had children, and why couldn't they just do that story?
Yeah,
Yes,
why
and
make
then
him a
have
deadbeat dad that left his family? You know, it's just like, and you
Yeah,
know,
and
then his kid goes off and becomes,
it's horrible.
you know,
Why was he not a
the scourge of
general? You know, I
Yes.
never
The
funny,
decisions that they made in the treatment of the legacy characters is really what pissed off most Star Wars
Yep.
fans. How they
Yeah.
treated the legacy characters.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if you had given the legacy characters a decent send-off, we would still trust you. But we don't trust you because of how you treated Luke, because of how you treated Han. And then you come in with these, like, just, I mean, the Rey character, I'm sorry, Rey is just one of the worst written characters ever. And then this is supposed to be your new hero that you're supposed to follow. A girl boss that can do everything without any training, with nothing. Just perfect the way she is. So, yeah, that was the problem. That they took away our legacy characters and they gave us shit in return.
Dude,
So-
they didn't just take away the legacy characters, man. She fucking
They destroyed them.
these
Yeah,
characters. man.
yeah,
She
destroy
basically
them, burn
put a
them down.
baseball bat to the heads of Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. I mean, she didn't just, like, you know, shortchange them.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Where
She destroyed their characters.
where are we left off with Star Wars? What are the story possibilities with Star Wars right now? What are people excited for about the advancement? of
Nothing.
anything
No one's
Star Wars?
excited
Nothing.
for Star Wars.
The
But at least-
choice
At least
to
with
reset,
Lucas, you had an idea of where we're headed.
the
And
choice
what
to
do you-
reset and make everything legends and have Luke fail in his academy closed off, like, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred different books and properties, because all those characters don't exist because he doesn't have his academy for them to exist
Mhm.
in. So
Right.
yeah, you've got
Yep.
the ground is filled with ash and death. There's nothing there.
Guys, I saw
Yeah,
a
it was-
lot of articles saying that they wanted a Ben Solo movie, that we all wanted a Ben Solo movie. You know, that's
Oh
what
my
I saw.
God.
So,
Bro.
Did we?
Yeah, it was
What
an
were they going to do with
intentional-
that Ben Solo movie?
It was
Did
an
we go?
intentional
Ridiculous.
decision for them to ruin all of these characters, to put the legacy characters on the back burner and bring these new Disney characters to the forefront and make them better than the legacy characters. In order
Forget
to
the
do that,
past,
you have
Steph.
to destroy all of it. Like
Kill it
that.
if
It
you
was
have
an
to.
intentional decision on their part, and everything from now on is going to be with these Disney Lucas created characters, and all of the older characters are going to be put on the back burner. They didn't want anything to do with them. Nothing. It was intentional. Let's get these characters out of here. Let's kill them off or do whatever. Kill them off. Let's kill them off. All of them, and bring all of our new characters, because this is what we're going to be using moving forward. It was an intentional decision by Kathleen Kennedy, by all of the creatives, to ruin Star Wars. They really
Yep.
thought that this built-in fan base that you purchased was going to stick with these horrible decisions. They were just like, they had no thought that, like, oh, they don't care that much. They're just going to come to the theater because it's Star Wars. It's going to be practical or profitable because it's Star Wars. They don't really care. And then they saw that fans actually do care. They were like, well, those fans, we don't want them. We're just going to label them all of these different labels and push them away. And wouldn't you know it, those are the fans that made Star Wars popular and profitable throughout the years. So what happened? Star Wars became unpopular. They brought in a whole new creepy fan base now that only cares about shipping characters and identity politics. And it's not profitable because these new fans don't buy shit. They don't buy anything. It's the older fans that did. The older fans that fall in love with the franchise, that put their money into this franchise. And we walked away. And they were happy to have us walk away. But now they're just left with a dead franchise.
Yeah, let me ask
Wait,
you
wait, wait.
this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. Going forward, Do we even have those actors back? Daisy Ridley, Oscar Isaac, Adam Driver, John Boyega.
Well, we definitely don't have Oscar Isaac back.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
even if you know, now that Filoni's involved, what does he have to work with now? You know, and it just doesn't. Again, no one sees any direction or what's over the horizon for this franchise.
I think
for
the worst
stories.
part about it is the brand damage that they've
Yeah.
done to the franchise. So that, you know, not even the normies want to come back. All right. Like, think about it. Like when The Force Awakens came out, there was so much hype and interest just on seeing Star Wars return. That's why that movie is still the #1 box office for the domestic side, because everybody went to see The Force Awakens. You couldn't drag a normie to go and see The Mandalorian and Grogu. They're looking at this like, what the hell is this? You know, only the hardcore fans would have really watched it. After all of those Disney Plus shows where you had the Acolyte and you had Ahsoka and nobody knew anything about any of these characters. And then the first couple of episodes, they maybe started out decently, but then you see the fall off from the ratings and the viewership. Everybody just checked out. And that's the normies. That's not us online, us, you know, toxic dude bros and the fans and everything. That's not the toxic people that checked out of Star Wars. It's the regular, normal, ordinary moviegoer or TV watcher that said, this franchise has nothing left. It's done. And I'm moving on to something else. They lost the normies. And by losing normal, regular, general audiences, you have sunk the franchise. The brand damage is irrecoverable at this point. I don't know what Dave Filoni is going to do. I guarantee you at some point he's going to try to reboot the series and cast a new Han, Luke, and Leia and do A New Hope all over again and just start from scratch because they don't really have anything else but that. They're going to reboot this thing.
A lot of those normie fans that come in and watch like The Acolyte, they only come in and watch The Acolyte because people are attacking the actress, right? So they'll be there for maybe like the first episode, maybe the second one. They don't come back. They're there for the activism part. I want to support the actress part. They're not in it for the long haul. They're just there to support the actress or to get back at the chuds who are attacking. They're not actual fans of the franchise. They're just
someone on the internet said, we hate it because it's a bad story. They love it because we hate it.
Right. Wait, can we rewind back to where someone said that her only regret was Solo?
I said that.
Are we kidding? Are we kidding with
Her
that?
only one?
Like, is she kidding?
That's what she
No,
said,
that
man.
Is she
That's why I
trolling?
interrupt.
Well, I mean, she got paid. She got to spend other people's money to do what she did. So yeah, she can
She
just
got to
walk
push
away and
the
live a good
Force
life.
is female. That was the important thing. The Force is female. We had to get more women into Star Wars.
You also
Her only
blamed it.
regret
That was
was
the only
Solo.
point.
and people of color too. Yeah.
And people of color. And we got to make it diverse. That was the whole goal of Kathleen Kennedy. She didn't really have any like ideas of the direction, the vision of the franchise, where we should go with this. That's why the sequel trilogy had no vision. All right. It was J.J. Abrams did a movie, and then Rian Johnson did a movie, and then Colin Trevorrow got kicked out. They had no vision of this franchise. They didn't know what they wanted to do, you know, and they needed a visionary because George Lucas, who is the creator, all right, the maker, he had a vision of what this franchise was, and he was executing his vision every step of the way. Once the visionary is gone and there's no visionary to replace him, the franchise is dead.
The only thing
You know,
that was profitable
I love the movie Liar,
this
Liar.
past year were the
I'm gonna take a
re-releases
ticket.
of like Revenge of the Sith. That was the thing that was profitable for Star Wars this past year. Were the re-releases of George Lucas movies in theaters because people like the George Lucas stuff, not the new Star Wars. It's terrible.
I was there watching. I went to Revenge of the Sith that weekend, sold out. The popcorn buckets, which were expensive, were gone on day one. It was packed. And you could see now, look, there were a lot of people that experienced the prequels when they were younger, and they got to see it now with a little perspective, which is, it was really fun to see people enjoy a Star Wars movie in a theater. They kept it in the they kept it in the theater 1 week. 1 week. That was it. They could have played for 3 weeks. They could have re-released the prequels. And by the way, this last year was the 10-year anniversary of The Force Awakens. There was nothing, not a re-release, not a commemorative t-shirt, not what happened. What happened?
Nobody cares.
No
They
one
didn't want
cares.
to remind
Star
us.
Wars is not profitable anymore, man. I was going to say, like, I love the movie Liar, Liar, and with Jim Carrey. And you know, every now and then, like I'll see something where I'm like, man, I would love to be able like to put like the truth hoodoo on some people just to see what they really think and how they really feel. Because I guarantee you, her exit video had nothing to do with how she really feels. If she were being really honest, she would have said, fuck Star Wars, fuck the fans, I hate them all. Like that's what we would have gotten from her if she were being really honest, right? But instead, she made a video where she's just blaming everybody except her.
Yeah. Her, when she was talking about Solo, she said the reason it failed is you just can't replace Harrison
Yeah,
Ford.
that's the
But you
reason
can't.
it failed.
You can fucking replace him because people wanted Han Solo, but we never got Han Solo in any of the movies. You never got Han Solo. You never got.
Yeah, we never got Han Solo in The Force Awakens
versions. Right.
Right.
So now, even if Starfighter is a banger, people are not going to go watch it because they don't trust you. You've burned everyone's trust.
Right. That's.
And
I don't
what
think
is-
we should discount
going,
though.
Blaine.
No, you're good. One thing I did want to keep it like in mind. I brought it up recently was with Mandalorian and Grogu. It is going to be interesting because there is this weird nostalgia thing with the young kids. Like I have kids that are in the perfect age bracket for that, where there were all the toys and all the knickknacks and the shit, right? And so there is going to be some interesting nostalgia. I've talked to a few kids my daughter's age, which is like 11, 12 in that age range, and I'm curious if that movie might do well-ish. Simply because of that age bracket's like nostalgia and the fact that it's something they can see in theaters. I'm not going to guarantee that it is or anything like that or even try to predict it, but I am just curious because it was such a big cultural thing while my kids were growing up, and I'm curious to see what happens.
No mention
what?
of the Rey movie, real quick, because I don't want to interrupt people, but holy hell. No mention of the Rey movie. So when someone in the chat said that Starfire's going to suck because it's going to lead up to Rey, we don't know that anymore. She mentioned Kimber. She didn't say a damn thing about Charmin Obaid-Chinoy's movie or Simon Kingberg's trilogy. So if Rey doesn't show up at the end of Starfighter, I think you can actually tell where they're going to pivot to, and that is not towards Disney stuff.
Well, let me
Yeah.
make a promise here. We will never talk about Kathleen Kennedy again. And we probably won't talk about Star Wars. And I don't exactly want to dance on someone's grave, but I think we end this topic with a dance.
Kathleen Kennedy. Bye bye bye. Kathleen Kennedy. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Bye bye bye. Hey. Bye 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 bye. Hey.
There you go.
The problem
feel
is
it.
though, man, like as happy as we are that she's leaving, it's like there's nothing to celebrate, man, because of who's replacing her.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like there's no celebration. This isn't like the end of fucking like the Return of the Jedi where all the planets are celebrating,
Yeah.
right? The end of the empire.
Celebrating
No.
the
Right.
death of the emperor because
The
we
story
believe
group's still
something
there.
good is going to be coming on the other side of it. It's like, nah, we got Dave. All right.
Right.
We got Kathleen
I don't think-
Kennedy in the cowboy hat. That's what we
I
got
don't
to
think
replace.
Dave would actually redo the sequels, by the way, but Bob Iger would force him to do the sequels. I don't think Dave would ever willfully do it, but they would make him. And he
The
would do it.
sequels or the original?
The original, sorry, the all of them, all over again.